I think after a season's over, you can define success because you can look back and look where you matched up and where you ended up. But going into a season, I will always define success as winning championships. I don't think if you ever start the season with less than that as your expectation, then it kind of sets you up for a letdown. So after the season's over, you look and go, okay, maybe we didn't win the championship, and you can look and see why, and okay, that was a successful season. But beforehand, I think it's definitely winning the championship, and that's the way we go into it every year.
So being the lone captain this year is definitely going to be interesting. Years past, it's usually one or two captains at a time, but as only captain, I know that I have to step it up and make sure that the team is doing what they're supposed to be doing, has somebody the leader that they need to have on the court and off the court.
I'm really excited for the season, all the returners and the incoming freshman hitters that we have. I love being able just to assist them and be their setter. I love getting the good connections with them. I think we're going to have a really good year this year.
So that's a lot of what we've talked about is the mental aspect of the game, understanding what you're trying to do. It's okay to make mistakes. I'm not expecting you to be perfect. No one is. No one's going to be perfect anytime. But don't accept less than your best. If you're working hard, doing the right things, doing doing things the proper way, then the results kind of take care of themselves. And I think it's getting them to think in those terms. And it's so cliche-ish, but we talk about it all the time. You play 1 point at a time.
So we do have a pretty young team this year. We have 4 freshmen that came in, only 4 seniors this year. We do have some good returners and whatnot, but we are a young team, and it's going to be different than this past year, considering we did have 7 seniors. But they bring this freshman that came in. They definitely have a lot of potential, and they're upping our play each practice and getting the hang of things.
I think your preseason and your non-conference type schedules, you've got to challenge yourself, and I want to see who the best are. When you get to the end of the season and seeding, and if you get lucky enough to get the NCAA tournament, or you want to get an at-large bid, then you've got to have played the talent, and you've got to play the schools that you need to play. And so, to me, when you schedule hard in those non-conference games and challenge yourself and challenge your team, then when you go into conference play, it prepares you a lot better. Maybe you take some losses early, but I think it makes you better in the long run.
I think my role as an upperclassman is just to try and lead the underclassmen in a good direction, try and set them up for the years to come. But for this season, I would just say to make sure that they stay focused and we're all working towards the same goal.
I would like to see us, in what I call take a step forward, is win the tournament at the end of the year and go to the NCAA tournament. Maybe we don't go 32 wins. Maybe we don't win 17 in a row. But I think if this team continues to grow and build what I've already seen in the first 3 or 4 days, then the end of the season we could hopefully be doing a lot of celebrating.